other questions you have? Do I need to go over anything that I went over that went?
Yeah, everything.
Okay, that'll take me a little while.
Okay.
That'll take me a little while.
No, the next thing I wanted to ask about are in regards to deductions.
Okay.
So we are tracking our expenses, the things that we know for sure are tax deductible. Is there a process for, or a form or something for, we got married last year
We got married. Okay, yes. Okay.
and I started making purchases for example, for the sound healing.
Okay.
So does it matter that I'm not part of her LLC? Is that still something she could claim as a business expense?
As long as it came out of like a joint account or you reimbursed her or you gave it to
Okay.
her as a gift.
Okay.
I mean,
That's good to know.
so yeah,
Gift.
I would absolutely deduct it because it's something she's going to use in her business. And in theory, this is kind of the creativity part, is if she bought groceries and you ate them, then you could have given her the sound stuff in lieu of paying her for the groceries.
Okay.
But yeah, that. So I absolutely would.
Okay.
And I'm sure somebody out there is going to say I can't do it, but my thought process is if you're married, you're one entity according to the IRS.
Yeah.
Well, if you're one entity, then why can't what you paid for be deducted for her
Exactly.
by giving her the receipt and saying, so I paid for it here,
Yeah.
here's my groceries. I mean, to me, I'm sure somebody's going to argue with that. And it could be a fun argument.
Sure.
Because to me, it doesn't make sense to go, okay, but I've got clients who do this. Every single penny is separate. Of course, and then I go, well, why'd you get married? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. Because the IRS sees you as one now.
Okay.
Now you can elect to be two
Sure.
by filing separate and hit that higher tax bracket.
Yeah. Why would we want to do that?
I wouldn't. In most cases, you wouldn't. Liability, if there was a liability issue, like child support is another one.
Okay.
Why you wouldn't want to do a joint if you made a lot more money.
Okay.
And it was your child, the ex could come after you for child support because it's a joint return. That's some states, that's Florida. I don't know if it's all the states, but
okay.
But I know that keeping it separate keeps your money completely out of it, or the spouses or whatever. So, no, those are the only ones I can think of. If you've got a lawsuit against you, or something like that, you don't want anybody to go after your money versus hers. I mean,
Sure.
Okay. That'd be the reason.
I guess, okay, go ahead. Any questions about that? I was gonna move on to something else.
Well, we have been talking about getting joint accounts
Right.
and also having separate accounts so we can buy gifts.
Right.
And so I've had a few structures in the past and she has too. And
Haven't we all?
right. Something that I think makes sense is like a percentage goes into the joint account. Everything's paid out of that, obviously.
Yeah.
And then there's a certain amount that.
Well, it keeps it fair.
Right.
Because if one person makes more than the other, and you say, well, you're going to put $1,000 in. Well, if you make $1,200 a month,
right,
and you're putting $1,000 in, you've got nothing left.
Well, we're in business together.
Right.
And right now, everything is all the same.
Right.
Corporation, LLC, whatever way you want to slice it.
The business entity.
I'm delivering, she's selling.
Right.
So it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Everything's 50-50.
Exactly.
In that case. Now, when the nonprofit is formed, and I mean, I don't know how that changes things. I don't see
it doesn't
changing anything.
It doesn't change any of your structure. It just allows you to collect to collect money from people who can write it off on their taxes as a charitable donation and goes into that entity that does the mission of the nonprofit.
Right. Yep.
So there's no difference to your personal,
right?
Unless you come up and say, okay, 10% of all of our joint income is going to go over here,
which is what we're
hoping
to do.
Yeah,
yeah,
something like that.
something similar. Yeah.
yeah. And then in which case it would impact your personal because it's going to be a deduction on your first year.
Mhm.
That's the only difference that I see.
And since we got married in 24,
We filed joint returns in 24.
We should?
Yeah, well, joint or separate, yeah, because the way the law works is it's whatever you are on December 31st is how you have to file.
Okay.
Well, but we could do married
File them
Stuff
separate,
separately.
but it would depend on what the income is and what the brackets are. And if you have real estate rentals, which I know you don't at the moment, but if you had them, if you filed separately, you couldn't take a loss on a rental property.
Oh, okay. That's actually a great segue because my next question was going to be about using our home as a deduction
Mhm.
because we work from our home. Is that the smartest way to play that?
Not always.
Okay.
Because well, several reasons, but one is if you list that as your primary business address, the IRS does not have to give you notice to come and see you in your home.
Okay.
Well, I don't want them anywhere near me.
Mhm.
I actually have 3 business offices in St. Pete. Pick one. I'm not any of them ever.
Yeah. We had another question about that.
I got a bill from the city of St. Petersburg telling me that I need to pay $50 a
For
year
your license.
to operate a business.
Yeah, it's called
Just for having their address.
it's called the city business license.
Ah.
And it's in arrears. I now owe for every year that I've been incorporated.
Technically, they're right.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, they're right. Yeah.
Okay.
I skip it every other year, and the guy calls me and said, "Hey, you forgot to pay it." Like crap, I did it again. Okay, and it's not
Yeah.
because I don't know it's there; it's because I get sidetracked.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
next thing you know, it's 2 months behind. I'm like, I swear I paid this just last year. Okay, I'll send it. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the business licensing in the city of St. Pete is wherever your license or wherever your
Business addresses.
business
Yeah.
address is exactly. So if you want to live in St. Pete and get around that, go to the county and get a mailbox in the county, or a mailbox, etc., or somewhere, run a small office somewhere in the county. Then might be subject to county taxes. But St. Pete's cheap.
It's real cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, $50-$85. It
Just
depends
wanted
on
to
how
make
much
sure
you
it
do.
wasn't a scam.
No, it's not a scam.
Right.
No,
It
it's not
looks
a scam.
very official.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing about it is you can go to the website. And
Confirm it. Yeah.
and I also have a guy's name that I can give you his email address where you can email and say, hey, it's legit. But it's legit. More likely than not. It's legit. Because they go back and look at the sunbills,
Sure.
which they can. So
Right.
so that's kind of the idea is to go in and go, okay, well, there's once you get incorporated, or form the business, there's business license, there's city license, and there's state license. And if you're doing something like I do, there's another license because I'm a CPA.
Okay.
So, and that's every state has a different
Okay.
license. Some have reciprocity, some don't. So that would fall under the Department of Business and Professional Regulation.
Yeah.
And you'd be amazed at what you have to have a license for with them. I was shocked at some of the things they have license for. And I know people who do it and don't have license. And I'm like,
Wow.
well, I'd get in trouble if I did that. So that's, ultimately what you don't want to do is don't get in trouble.
Right.
Back in the day when I worked in, and we're talking 30 years ago, 28 years ago, when I was in Los Angeles, I was actually in Palmdale, Lancaster area, and I worked with the LA IRS office. And when they get a mess, I can't tell you to do this, but this person in this area, if you call this person, they can probably help you. And they give them my phone number.
Mm.
Well, and that gave me all these messes to clean up.
Mm.
And it can be fun.
Mm-hmm.
It can also be just super frustrating because you go, why the fuck did you do that? Well, I thought I could do, but no, you can't. Like now, you can't take entertainment at all. There's 0 deduction for entertainment. Used to be you could take 50%. Now there's 0. I want to know how they're doing it with like places like Mar-a-Lago and all of those entertainments. I'll bet you 50 to 1 they're getting written off.
Mhm.
Yeah. And his Trump's 2020 tax return. Absolutely fascinating. It's got 500 flow through entities, and he's got the list of all of them. And the IRS examiner who examined that was a 2-year examiner, which means he has absolutely no experience and had zero experience in flow through entity auditing. So he allowed passive losses against ordinary income, which you cannot do. And he, in his summary report, it said, and I'm paraphrasing, he had good tax attorneys and CPAs, so I think all the income and expenses would be right.
Wow.
So what I wanted to do the next year was put a letter on front of the tax return that says, this has been prepared by a very good CPA. All of the income and all of the expenses are right. Like, I'd be kidding, but that's what they did. So, yeah. If anybody wants to see the tax return, hit me up. I can send it to you because it's no longer on the internet.
Really? They took it down, huh?
Mhm. Yeah. But I saved it. It's fascinating to read. Fascinating.
Wow.
And talk about an ego. And yes, I said ego.
No.
DJT Enterprises, DJT Marketing, DJT Helicopter, DJT Boat. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Talk about
And you said to name them all very differently.
very different.
Right? Naming should
Very.
be
And
very
the,
distinct.
right. And the reason being, if you have
I had a problem.
correct,
My dad and I both made an investment with my ex-husband's company of different sizes, and I had a Thornhill Properties here in Florida, and he
Yeah.
had Thornhill Properties in Louisiana.
two
And
different
they
companies,
assigned my K1
TM.
to him, and they assigned his K1 to me.
And you got a lot more income, and that's a problem.
And I had it was loss,
Oh, well, even better, then you got a bigger loss. But
but
it's wrong.
then it carried it. It was a mess.
It's a shit
It was a
show.
mess, and you cannot correct it.
No.
So
And the problem is they're the exact same name.
yeah, but different
EINs,
different states.
but the same name.
Can't do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's surprising that somebody like that would have it so similar.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's because they're organized at the state level, and the IRS then will give you an EIN per state.
Mm-hmm.
So you would think
That there would be some sort of a
that you can't name
registry.
it that
Right.
because of this, like they do with the state here.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, that's a mess. We have the issue with people naming it like Sunbeam Properties, Sunbeam Holdings, Sunbeam, and I'm like, which
Why
fucking
would you do
Sunbeam
that?
is it?
Right.
Because they want to keep it. I like that name. Change it. So
Make
that's
it really distinct.
very different. Very different.
Now, are you good there?
I am
with
good
the-
there. Thank you. Yeah.
What if, hypothetically,
We like what ifs.
we
Or
were,
in theory.
actually, we were to either own or at least manage a property in another country. I know it depends on which other country. What is the best holding company here?
Well, it depends on what it is and what country it is.
So if it were a healing center,
Okay.
conference center with residences,
Okay.
and also had some offices that people could rent out, like acupuncturists and
Okay.
some storage space for
Okay.
sound healers and other
Okay.
yoga teachers to store their things that way. They don't have
Okay.
to schlep them back and forth.
Right.
So a big
Or
geodesic
you could rent them to people.
dome. Yeah, exactly. Rent them on a monthly basis or
Right.
rent them on an hourly basis.
Correct.
Got some storage space, some flex space with air walls and a geodesic dome, and then corporate offices as well as some dormitories.
Okay.
Potentially Colombia, Chile, Aruba,
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica,
Okay, you got two segments. You got the business operations in that country,
Right.
totally separate from the US.
Need a good lawyer
You need a good lawyer in that country.
who's multilingual.
Correct, unless
Yes.
you can speak its language.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you want them, if possible, to also know some US law or a good US attorney, because you're gonna link the two.
Right.
The ownership would be not with the company managing it, and it would be in, let's say, the other country, Costa Rica or whatever, or would it be, how's the ownership of it? The management company own it?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay, let's say no. And all it's gonna do is manage that business.
Okay.
Then this is where the code section 162 comes in. If it's ordinary and necessary to produce your income, it's going to be deductible. So if it's ordinary and necessary for you to do marketing and advertising to get people into that,
Mhm.
that's deductible.
Mhm.
Then that company that pays the management fee handles it in their country, however they do it. In Costa Rica would be one way, and Colombia would be another. UK be another.
Mhm.
You then take, leaving that part out, because it's going to depend on the country. And some countries I'm absolutely not familiar with at all.
Right.
Some I am. The US side is the money that comes into it, just like any other income. You pick up the income, write off the expenses, and you're good to go. The idea that it's in a different country, you could then travel to that country and it would be deductible to the management company.
Mhm.
And there's
course.
there's some rules that come into play if you're out of the country more than so many days,
6
more than
months.
7, or
Okay.
yeah, and then 6 months in a day you're not a resident, things like that. Those are going to be separate rules that would be specific upon what happened.
Mhm.
But going out to do seminars, it's a seminar.
Mhm.
And if you're doing it, collecting money there for, like, you go and you do a sound bath,
Right.
that money there is taxable to you in the US based on worldwide income rules.
Okay.
So the United States have what is considered to be worldwide income. Wherever you make it in the world, you're paying taxes in the US
Mhm.
on the income that you personally earn. Unless if you have a company in Costa Rica, Panama,
Mhm.
that company you disclose to the US that I have a foreign company that I have and that I run, and that company, the money stays in that country, you don't pay taxes on it in the US.
Okay.
But the minute you bring it into the US, it becomes taxable to you.
Mm.
And it could come in as a dividend, it could come in as earning income, it could come in as passive income, depends on how they pay it. So you got two factors. You got the state that you're in, and you've got the US where you live.
What if, hypothetically, I'm just making something up, like, what if we're selling a retreat at the retreat center that we manage or own, and people are paying in US dollars
Okay.
to travel there,
Okay. Are they paying the management company?
conceivably?
Okay, then the management company then writes the check or does the wire transfer to the company in Costa Rica or wherever for that facility for the agreed upon prices. Gives them a list, sends it over.
Okay.
And it keeps its percentage for managing it. So it basically becomes a conduit.
Okay.
I see.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
It's kind of like a travel agent.
Sure.
They collect the money, but they're paying for the trip that you're going to go on.
Right. Okay.
So it'd be the similar situation.
So just making things up here. So then, like, what if we have a company like Stripe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or Stripe, but the money is technically collected in the Colombian
Yeah,
Currency.
peso or
it is,
whatever.
a peso, and then it stays there.
It says so.
So
So
then,
there's no tax on it.
even though a US based person would use a US credit card on there.
Yeah.
But it would be converted into the.
As long, and it's going into the bank account in Costa Rica, it's Costa Rica money.
Okay.
It doesn't matter where it came from.
Gotcha.
And then what happens is that Costa Rican company pays you your management fee.
Right. Got it.
Okay. Can we own the management company?
You do own the
Yeah,
management company.
Okay. It's like,
You do own the management. You can own it all.
okay, good.
And depending on the country you're in,
We'll own the country too.
okay, Mr. Trump, I'm the best in the whole world. I'm a pole
Absolutely
vaulter
great.
today. I've made the pole vault history, best in the whole country. I'm the best of the best. I'm a goat. He's literally a pig.
Terrific. I'm
He's a-
great.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, he talked again. If his lips are moving, he's lying. That's all I got to say about that. And most other Congress people and senators and their lips are lying. Their lips are moving, they're lying. There's a couple that I really like because they're brash, they're spunky, and they're not going to take shit from anybody. I like them. Don't care what their political view is because they're just stand-up people. And we're not in a country where people stand up to anybody anymore.
Yeah.
Unless you're a bully, and then you try to take them down. Everybody else, bring them down so I can be higher, and that's not going to work well. It's just not going to work well. But he gave permission to do that, so I have a problem with that. I think we need a whole new government.
I think that's happening.
Yeah, but not the way I want it, because we're coming into a government that is more of a fascist control freak kind of government instead of one that went, okay, let's let the states do, but we got the rules. You have to play by the rules. You're the players, but you still have to play by the rules. It's called the Constitution.
Well, I think it will change. If it is changing,
Yeah.
it'll change, and then it'll have a rubber band effect.
God, I hope so.
I really believe that. If
I
you
sure
can-
hope so.
if you can look at history
Well, yeah,
and
Yeah.
look at what happened.
yes, and it's the fourth turning. That what happened then was the last turning.
Yeah.
It was the last fourth turning. We're now into the new fourth turning. For those of you who read the book, it's fabulous. It's a little fucking scary, but it's also fabulous. Because it is. It's like,
It's gonna change.
yep,
And
gonna
it's going
work.
to allow, it's just like a
It's expansion.
hurricane or a fire. It's gonna really change things structurally so that
You can
things
regrow.
be replanted.
Yeah. And hopefully that's what happened. And hopefully people aren't so burned out that they do replant. Because there's going to be a lot of people that are like, I'm just done.
A lot of people have left.
They have. They have.
They've gone to
Other countries.
Australia, New
Yep.
Zealand, the UK,
Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah. They have. I've got clients building houses in Costa Rica. And I'm like, I wanted to go down there 10 years ago. My girlfriend wouldn't go at the time. I had a business plan. It was perfect. A Jeep tour with all women, from mechanics to drivers to tour guides, and Manuel de Antonio. I mean, I had it everything. And then I don't want to go. What do you mean you don't want to go? You said you did. Yeah, don't listen. They're bad. So that's kind of where you play it, and that each country's different, and they're all changing. I just hope at the end of the day people survive emotionally, because this is the most emotionally charged I've seen anybody. And I'm not emotional like I used to be, and I'm going, wow. Although I'd slap him if I had the opportunity.
That's all.
Huh?
That's all. I'm surprised.
Oh no, I'd start with slapping. Yeah, I have a truck that's 4-wheel drive and a Jeep that's 4-wheel drive. And he could be a bump. Not really. I don't like any of them, to be honest. From state level up. I don't think,
Drain the swamp.
huh?
Drain the swamp.
Drain everything. Yeah. But again, they're not going to do it, so it's okay. Did you have any other questions as we close?
I probably do. I
Okay,
just
great.
don't know what they are.
Okay, we'll come back and visit again, and we'll do it again. I might
Love
be
it.
better at this by then. Might know how to work this stuff. So I'm grateful to do this. Hi, Deb.
This content is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute professional advice of any kind. Always consult with your tax professional. Be sure to read this full disclosure. Listener discretion is advised.